All right, y'all, come on in here. Come on in here. Come on in. How are y'all doing? Good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever it is for you. It is just turned into my afternoon. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for all the love and support as we get ready to enter this Easter Sunday. What it's all about, the whole meaning of it. Jesus been crucified, y'all, and rising. Okay. So with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna start it off coming straight from MAGA Voice, y'all, on X. But Trump has proclaimed and said that we are about to be having, all right, you know what I'm saying, a holy week, okay? And this is just pretty much representing the Christians and Jesus being crucified and all of that. He put that into place as it should be normal, you know what I'm saying? Normalness, common sense, okay? Stop playing with the man upstairs, all right? This is a God-fearing man, for those who don't know, okay? Anywho, what a way to bring in Easter Sunday, y'all. And having a president who actually represents and cares for the people and their religion. I don't know everybody's religion, but at least you have somebody that has common sense that is bringing this normal sense back to where it belongs and where it should have never left, where it should be. Okay? Because if y'all like me, a God-fearing woman, I know a lot of y'all can see right through the BS and see right through the mess that's been taking place and going on in these different things that they're putting in place that don't even make sense. You get what I'm saying? But we finally got a president that makes a lot of damn sense, and I am happy for that. Excuse my French. I'm just saying. Yeah, with that being said, we finna get into it. I'm in tears. Trump's Easter Sunday message is so beautiful. Let's dive into it. Let's go.
On Easter Sunday, we celebrate his glorious resurrection and proclaim, as Christians have done for nearly 2,000 years, he is risen. Through the pain and sacrifice of Jesus on the cross, we saw God's boundless love and devotion to all humanity. And in that moment of his resurrection, history was forever changed with the promise of everlasting life. As we approach this joyous Easter Sunday, I want to wish Christians everywhere a happy and beautiful and blessed holiday. America is a nation of believers. We need God. We want God.
Facts.
And with his help, we will make our nation stronger, safer, greater, and more prosperous, and much more united than ever before. Thank you to everyone, and have a really happy Easter. On Easter Sunday,
because of you, Trump, we
definitely
finna have us a great Easter. Get you a president who stands for each and every one of us, okay? Regardless of the haters. When you go to sleep and you wake back up, this man is still gonna be your president, whether you like it or not. Moving right along, y'all, and Queen Bee's news. Trump declares war on the deep state, as they've been doing. Have y'all not been paying attention? If you have went to any of his, campaigns and all of that, you will know that this man was saying all of this before he even got in office. He's been screaming this for a very long time. And well, they are definitely making things happen. Although they're being stones thrown at them to try to stumble them and keep them held up, y'all, they are continuing to march to do exactly what he said he was going to do in all these campaigns that he has had all over the world. So with that being said, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, introducing you, y'all president, whether y'all like it or not, President Donald J. Trump. Let's get into it.
But first, we must be honest about the lies and abuses that have occurred within these walls. Unfortunately, in recent years, a corrupt group of hacks and radicals within the ranks of the American government obliterated the trust and goodwill built up over generations. They weaponized the vast powers of our intelligence and law enforcement agencies to try and thwart the will of the American people. You remember the 51 intelligence agents that said, as an example, that Hunter Biden's laptop from hell came from Russia, when they knew it came right from his bedroom. They knew that. It was a big lie, and they knew it so well. They spied on my campaign, launched one hoax and disinformation operation after another, broke the law on a colossal scale, persecuted my family, staff, and supporters, raided my home, Mar-a-Lago, and did everything within their power to prevent me from becoming the president of the United States.
And did, but didn't win.
With the help of radicals like Mark Elias, Mark Pomerantz. And these are people that nobody's ever seen anything like it. There's so many others, but these are people that are bad people, really bad people. They tried to turn America into a corrupt, communist, and third world country. But in the end, the thugs failed and the truth won. Freedom won, justice won, democracy won, and above all, the American people won. There could be no more heinous betrayal of American values than to use the law to terrorize the innocent and reward the wicked. That's what they were doing at a level that's never been seen before. And it's exactly what you saw with Joe Biden, Merrick Garland, and their cronies to do the building of the last 4 years. What they've ripped down is incalculable. But what you're going to build up is likewise something that will be breaking all sorts of records.
Let's get it.
They set loose violent criminals while targeting patriotic parents at school board meetings. They
Facts.
dropped charges against Antifa and Hamas supporters while labeling traditional Catholics as domestic terrorists. The Catholics. We did very well with the Catholic vote, so I want to thank them for that. They imported.
Yeah, because bring it back.
Record numbers.
Bring it back, baby. Crazy folks.
Say, what's with the Catholics? They're really after the Catholics. So
right.
I don't know. They're after a lot of people. Maybe they didn't even know why.
And if you know the Bible, then y'all know. Come on now. Come on. God's people, stop playing.
They imported illegal alien murderers, drug dealers, and child predators from all over the world to come into our country while putting elderly Christians and pro-life activists on trial for singing hymns and for saying prayers. They went to jail for that. Our predecessors turned this Department of Justice into the Department of Injustice. But I stand before you today to declare that those days are over. And they are never going to come back. They're never coming back.
Let's go, Trump. I stand before y'all.
As the chief law enforcement officer in our country, I will insist upon and demand full and complete accountability for the wrongs and abuses that have occurred.
Let's go.
The American people have given us a mandate like few people thought possible. We won every single swing state. We won the popular vote by millions and millions of people.
Indeed.
We won districts, 2,750. Think of that, 2,750 districts compared to 505. So we won it at levels that have, I don't believe, ever seen before. That's the one where you see the map of the United States and it's all red. Red for Republican, not for communist. Red for Republican. They would like it to turn red for communists, but it didn't work out that way.
At all.
The American people have given us a mandate and really a far-reaching investigation is what they are demanding into the corruption of our system. And that's exactly, I'm sure, what Pam and Cash and everyone else mentioned here and not mentioned is going to be doing. We will expel the rogue actors and corrupt forces from our government. We will expose and very much expose their egregious crimes and severe misconduct of which was levels you've never seen anything like it. It's going to be legendary.
Let's
get it.
It's
going to also be legendary for the people that are able to seek it out and bring justice. We will restore the scales of justice in America, and we will ensure that such abuses never happen again in our country.
Let's go.
And that's why on day one, I signed an executive order banning all government censorship and directing the removal of every bureaucrat who conspired to attack free speech and many other things and values in America. My administration stripped the security clearances of the disgraced intelligence agents who lied about Hunter Biden's laptop from hell. We revoked the clearances of deranged Jack Smith, Alvin Bragg, Letitia James, and the crooked law firms that aided their partisan persecutions. And I went through it. These are state and city courts And the corruption is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. We see it in real time, Trump.
He terminated the clearances of the Biden crime family and Joe Biden himself. He didn't deserve it. In fact, he was essentially found guilty, but they said he was incompetent. And therefore, let's not find him guilty, I guess. Nobody knows what that ruling was, but
right.
I didn't want any part of it. I think I would have rather been found guilty than what they found with him. He said he didn't know what the hell he was doing. And therefore, he's
let it ain't go. Like President saying it.
I said, I'd rather be convicted, Pam. I think that was not. I said, please convict me. Don't say that. I pardoned hundreds of political prisoners who had been grossly mistreated. We removed the senior FBI officials who misdirected resources to send SWAT teams after grandmothers and J6 hostages. And it was a great honor for me to fire. I will tell you this. A great honor to fire James Comey. A great, great honor. That was nothing. There was no better day.
He loved it. Okay, y'all. So facts coming for our president. Now, if y'all sit here and just see how he just read down all this non-common sense-ish, like we're talking about today, that shouldn't even been even allowed, it kind of makes you think like, yo, we've done the right thing, y'all. I just want y'all to know, I don't care who you fussing with up and down or whatnot. You did the right thing when you voted Trump into office. And the team that he picked, y'all, we could not go on any longer how we were going on. Or we would not have had a country left. I'm just telling you, the way our country was being sold out and the way these funds were going out to all type of places, but here in our country, it was time for a change. And I am so glad you've gone on back. He just wanted to see his boy. See his boy. He is the boy. But anyway, I'm so glad that I did what I need to do. And this is a reminder for y'all. I keep this little sticker right here. Okay. Yes, I'm a part of this history right here. It says it. If you ain't went to go do none of this, you don't have no business in the comment section trying to tell me anything, baby. Trying to tell me anything. Do you hear me? All right. Anywho, we finna keep it going. Off of my boy, President Trump. Let's keep it flowing, y'all, because we got some stuff to cover up in here today. Now, with that being said, y'all know that they've been having these meetings in the Oval Office and all of that. And your girl, what's her name? Kathleen Collins has been under attack because of the BS comment, questions she's been asking. As y'all know, that they're not really for Trump. That whole front row is haters. I'm just going to say it. They are haters. Okay. They all agree to say the same thing, just different. Not really asking no real questions that we actually want to hear, and we're sick of it. And I don't know if y'all know, but they've been calling them out on the issue. They got away with a lot of stuff during the last past administration because why they were all for that. But this administration is not playing no games, nor are they going to answer any stupid questions, and they're going to call you out on it straight up. They're going to call you out. With that being said, y'all, let's get in here. My boy, Stephen Miller has no problem shutting down folks left to right. We're finna get up into it. Let's go.
Yes, gladly. So, as Pam mentioned, there's an illegal alien from El Salvador. With respect to you, he's a citizen of El Salvador. So, it's very arrogant even for American media to suggest that we would even tell El Salvador how to handle their own citizens. Starting point. And I can promise you, if he was your neighbor, you would move right away.
So you don't plan to ask for his help to get him back? Is that your position?
No.
No version of this legally ends up with him ever living here because he is a citizen of El Salvador. That is the president of El Salvador. Your questions about it per the court can only be directed to him.
I asked President Bukele, can President Bukele weigh in on this? Do you plan to return him?
Well, I'm supposed to not suggesting that I smuggle a terrorist into the United States.
Because that's what it would be.
Mr. President, you said that if the Supreme Court said someone needed to be returned, that you would abide by that. You said that on Air Force One just a few days ago. And they said that it must be facilitated.
Why don't you just say
Isn't it wonderful that we're keeping criminals out of our country? Why can't you just say that?
Well, it's a legal
Why
dispute,
do
so I
you
just
go
wanted to get some
over
clarity
and
on it,
over?
Mr.
And
President.
that's why nobody watches you anymore. You have no credibility. Please go ahead.
President
How
Bukele,
essential is it for you guys to be locking up these prisoners? And do you think more presidents should follow suit like you guys as far as taking a hard stance on crime here in the United States?
He nervous. Oh.
And after I had somehow managed to get out my one question, Donald Trump opened up the room for more questions, and him and CNN went right back at it.
On tariffs, do you have an update? Mr. President, for businesses that want clarity, how temporary are those exemptions? How long do you think the exemptions will last?
Thank you.
Mr. President, do you have any comment on the FTC's case against Meta and Mark Zuckerberg? Thank you, Press.
Thank you, Naive.
Thank you, Press. That means they done. That means they done and stuff like that. Oh, he was so nervous. I see his little hand shaking and stuff, but he got his question out. And at least he asked a common sense question. And that's what it's going to be all about. Let's hold these reporters accountable, because they asking these stupid questions that they already got the stupid answers to. And what we're not about to do is keep answering those stupid questions that y'all keep asking. Okay? Like, and this is the full version because I only had the small clip. So Stephen Miller will tell you to your face, baby. Him, Brandon, Wesley Hunt, y'all are becoming, like I told y'all, some of my favorite because they do their homework. They're ready to fact check, and they're ready to shut you up on the stupidity. Because it's like, come on now. Stop playing with these folks. You think Trump was just picking these people just to be picking them? No, hell no. No. All right, y'all, on some good news. Ohio State VP J.D. Vance welcomes the 2024 national champions to the White House. You got my boy Trump next to him, y'all. Let's get into it.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Thanks to Coach Jay and the entire team for being here at the White House. I'm so proud to be part of Team Scarlet and Gray today. Congratulations to the Ohio State Buckeyes on a hell of a 2024 season.
Let's go. Let's go.
I want to say just a couple of words about this team because they really helped make an incredible year even better for this very proud Ohio State alum. So two things. First of all, I made a bet with Ted Cruz over the Texas game, a bet that he is still not paid up on TV. And I don't like losing any bet, but I really don't want to lose a bet to Ted Cruz. So thank you all for helping me win that bet against Ted Cruz. And the second thing, I asked the president on January the 20th, I said, sir, would you mind if I skipped that final inaugural ball to go to the Ohio State National Championship game? And the president said, no, but we'll have them at the White House. So here we are.
Wow, there we go. That's what's up.
And I just want to say I'm proud of you guys. You guys were resilient. You were tough. You represented the state of Ohio well. You represented the whole country well. And the last thing that I'll say is, I don't know who let the guy over in the corner here in Michigan hat into this celebration.
Oh, Lord.
I'm about to tell the Secret Service you've got a dangerous weapon, sir. I just want to say, proud of this team, Mr. President. Thank you for hosting, and thanks to the whole state of Ohio for showing up and cheering for our Buckeyes. God bless you guys.
That's what's up. That is what's up. So this isn't Queen Bee's news, y'all. We got some good stuff going on. Although we're going through a lot of BS that's been taking place, we're actually still getting some things done. And, you know, showing credit where credit needs to be due. Shout out to Ohio. Y'all, we finna keep it moving. Now, we are about to start entering into the Bimbo news, y'all. We're on Bimbo news. All right. Coming straight from my boy Tony X Tony, y'all. Hang on. Did my mouse just die in the midst of my reaction? Hang on, y'all. Let me see something. Where am I? Let me see. Okay, there we go. All right, y'all. So coming straight from Tony X2. Gavin Newsom decided he was going to sue the Trump administration because of these tariffs. If I'm not mistaken, he's supposed to be running. Remember his name, y'all. Vote that man out when it is time. Why would you go against something that we are actually seeing real-time numbers are actually really working? I don't understand these people. Why would you not support change? Why would you go against the grain? Like, why? With that being said, y'all, we finna get straight into the video. I'll make sure I mention her name on TikTok. My Young Classroom, y'all, on TikTok if y'all want to follow her. Let's dive right into it.
So Gavin Newsom decided that he was going to sue the Trump administration because of these tariffs on behalf of the 40 million Californians. I'm one of the Californians that would tell you, I don't need you to do any of that for me. I don't have an issue with the tariffs. I feel like the tariffs are a good negotiation block to force American businesses to come home, force American businesses to allow Americans to be able to work. Also, it allows opportunity for young people who do not want to go to college, because what are we going to do with those people, Gavin Newsom? If you can answer that, you might be able to run for president. In addition to that, your governance here in California has been atrocious. Atrocious. You are the reason that we had high crime, the reason that our homelessness population has completely erupted. Also, you're the reason that businesses are fleeing from California because of your poor governance. And you think I want you to sue on my behalf? No, I should be suing you.
Facts.
I should be suing you. Also, I should be dropping off the homeless people that you decide to neglect and ignore in your house. I just need you to take several seats. Also, by the way, if you think you're going to get moderates like me to vote for you, we're not. Because I live in the state that you govern, and I know how trash ass you are as a politician. So I'm going to continue to keep your name in my mouth so that people can hear me say, you're not going to win in 2028.
Period. Period. My Young Classroom, y'all. I ain't said she said it. I ain't said she said it. I'm just a messenger. Remember his name, Gavin Newsom. Vote his out. That's what I'm going to keep on saying, y'all. Vote his out. Gavin Newsom. Let's keep it moving. Into Bimbo News, y'all. Here we go. Here we go again. AOC. Just when we thought we got a break, Jasmine Crockett, now we got AOC back in the building. Oh my goodness. Will somebody sit these folks down? She got a message for the president of El Salvador, Trump, y'all. I told you, of course, they got their panties in a bunch because these two gentlemen sat down, seen eye to eye on everything. Finally, we get people with common sense on both sides to be like, this is the problem. We know it's the problem, and we're going to fix the problem. Well, on Bimbo News, they not liking it at all, y'all. They're not liking this at all. So with that being said, let's see what the big mouth AOC got to say now. Let's go.
And we also demand the return of Kilmar Abrego Garcia in El Salvador. And we tell President Bukele, if we believe in democracy, he must be returned. It is criminal that he is being held abroad.
And illegal.
And we demand these things because we do have power in this moment. All of us do. Everyday people do.
So why are y'all fighting so hard if y'all got power, baby? The power ain't powering. The power is not powering to me. Y'all sitting here fighting for illegal, but ain't saying now nothing to these parents that done lost their babies and stuff behind these actual illegals y'all fighting for. How are y'all fighting for illegals and not the own people in y'all country? Why are y'all even here? If that's the case, El Salvador president, come get all them and put them in the jail cell right next to the folks they fighting for. Let's see how that turns out. That way they can protest together up in there. And let's see how them folks really care about these people that they fighting for. Since y'all want to fight for these illegals and they big time, you know what I'm saying, have backgrounds and all that. Let's see how y'all do in there for the very same people y'all fighting for and see if they fighting for y'all. Wouldn't last a day. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving in Bimbo News. Here we go again, y'all. Here we go again. Your boy Chris. Just sit down somewhere. Sat down. From my boy coming from Tony X to y'all. Americans watching this and you know they are saying to you, Chris, they are saying F you. Okay? Facts. Let's dive into the video. Watch this Bimbo once again.
It's good to be home.
Look at this fucking asshole.
Now we need to end the
fuck you. They're making such a big deal about this fucking piece of shit criminal. You people can go fuck yourselves.
Joined by his wife,
Van Hollen.
by his mother, Cecilia.
You're a fucking asshole, bro.
Brother, Cesar.
You're a piece of shit.
And all of the rest of you.
Yeah. All the fucking wetbacks. Good for them.
Oh, good.
You know something? You fucking dumbasses don't get it, do you?
They don't.
America's watching this, and you're just saying to you, Chris, they're saying, fuck you. This is
what leadership
why you assholes
looks
are never
like.
going to get elected again. Because you care more about this
Period.
fucking asshole, criminal piece of shit, who beat the fuck out of his wife right there, than you do about the fucking lady who got murdered, her fucking head caved in your very state of Maryland.
His constitutional rights to do.
Go fuck yourself. I can't say that enough.
It's also
These pieces of shit right here. This is why the Democrats are never going to win nothing again. Because they care more about these fucking scumbags than Americans. Suck it, buddy.
Oh, I love it. Redwave.effers, y'all. That's FCKERS. Where is the lie? I, Queen B, approve of this message. And a lot of people are sitting back and yelling at the screen like that because this is unbelievable. Like, this is unbelievable. You guys are sitting here with our tax dollars flying across town fighting for the very people who have murdered your own people here in your country. Stay there for all I freaking care. Stay there. I love this guy. Man, let's keep it moving, y'all. Coming straight from my boy Benny Johnson. While CNN is forced to report that most Americans support President Trump's deportations. I'm one of them. And a lot of us. Let's get into it. Yeah. Forced to say it. Look at this.
All undocumented immigrants. Voters favoring the government trying to deport all 11 million of them. Back in 2016, just 38% of voters wanted the government to try to deport all 11 million undocumented immigrants. Compared to where we are in 2025, 56%, the majority. The American people have come a long way on this issue, much closer to Donald Trump, and I think that's a big part of the reason why Americans are increasingly saying the country is on the right track when it comes to immigration policy, and why Donald Trump's net approval rating on that issue is in the positive. Deport all undocumented immigrants.
Yeah.
Voters favoring the...
That's one of them out of here. Goodbye. Anywho, let's keep it moving, y'all, in Bimbo News. All right, let's see here. And it just keeps going. So you remember Trump in the beginning was talking about, these board of education, these schools and things like that, and what they're teaching our children and all of these things. And why the math rate is down, the reading is down, and all of this stuff, because they want to keep implementing the DEI. Some people are, teaching these kids things that they don't even need to know about. None of this stuff is going to help them in the future. And eventually this stuff will be presented when it's time for it to be presented to these children. Right now, they should be worried about nothing but English, math, social studies, reading, science, all of these things. The normal things that we learned when we were growing up. Yes, we did have a sex education class, but that was about it. And that was way... what do you call it? It wasn't explicit as it is now with these things that they are teaching and showing our kids. Do y'all know some teacher was actually still teaching kids about butt plugs? What does children need to know about butt plugs? Do y'all even know what a butt plug is? I don't. I had to look it up. And I'm about to be, I ain't finna say my age, but I'm just saying, nah. Why are they learning about this type of stuff in school? What is this going to help them with when they graduate from college and all this? How is this going to help them in the work? Why do they need to know how to use butt plugs? Somebody help me out. We teaching kids about butt plugs. Anywho, right. I know, y'all. So what we going to do is we're going to get into this Dayton Public School, my bad. Board of Education voted 7-0 in favor of rejecting the Trump administration order to remove DEI in the programs from the district. Investigate, defund immediately. It's coming straight from Lives to TikTok, y'all, on X. Let's dive into it.
Resolution regarding Department of Education. Title VI. Whereas the Dayton Board of Education remains fully committed to equity, inclusivity, and legal compliance in the education of all students across our district. And such as Dayton Public Schools Board of Education and ODEW has requested all LEE signed certifications by 11:59 p.m. on Friday, April 18th, 2025. And whereas Superintendent Dr. David Lawrence, as the Chief Executive Officer of Dayton Public Schools, has executed prudent judgment in declining to sign the Title VI certification document as currently presented in order to preserve the district's ability to serve all students while ensuring adherence to both laws and sound governing principles. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Dayton Board of Education fully supports Superintendent Dr. David Lawrence his decision not to sign the certification at this time. Madam Treasurer, may we have a vote?
President Goodwin,
Yes.
Dr. Bailey, Mr. Lacy,
Yes.
Mr. Smith, Ms. Reiner,
Yes.
Mr. Walker,
Yes.
Ms. Wick.
Yes.
7 yeses.
Motion to adjourn?
Crazy. Say their names and get they up out of here. From the ground on up. Remove them. Let's keep it going in Bimbo News. Let's keep it going in Bimbo News. Coming straight from Israel, USA for Ev. Okay, on X, if y'all would like to follow them, must watch. This is currently the most video on the internet. The revolution is happening in California. Pass it on, and I'm doing just that because that's what this channel is all about. It's putting y'all on the stuff that the media is not really blasting like that. Let's get into it.
Good evening. My name is Mario Presents, and I'm here as a representative from Gays Against Groomers Coalition with over 250,000 followers across social media, and as the uncle of 2 students in your district. It has come to our attention that the district intends to teach transgenderism to children under the age of 10 without parental consent. If I were to teach your child about my sexuality without your consent or involvement, I'd be arrested.
Facts.
But when the school district does it, it's education. Districts are teaching transgenderism when they should be teaching science, math, and language. Instead, teachers are hiding student pronouns from their parents under the guise of gender affirmation. Can you imagine the
And just let me be clear, y'all. I do not have anything against transgenders or anything like that. It's the people, the politicians and stuff that's putting this in place to force other people and force this on people and children. When that time comes, it will come. When that time comes, it will come. Do not force anything on anybody. When they are ready, they will find out. And then another thing is they're using this and they play. Y'all know they play the card of the division. They want to divide. So they want to say these things that make it seem like people who are actually not against any of this, they playing the parts to make people go like this because that's what they want. That's what they like. They like to see it divide. And it's not a big deal about it. It's the simple fact is do not force anything on anybody. In due time, it will freaking happen. In due time, they will find out. Right now, they need to be focused on what they need to be focused on for their future. Let's get into it.
Uproar if schools were evangelizing or baptizing children without parental consent. Isn't that sort of what you're doing? You don't tuck these children in at night. You don't teach them to stand up to bullies. You don't pay their medical bills. And you certainly don't hold their hands in the hospital.
Come on.
These parents do.
Last time I checked, you went in the delivery room when I was pushing mine out. Last time I checked, I'm with them all the way. I'm sorry, y'all. And I ain't going to cut it off no more, but I'm feeling buddy. You know what I'm saying? You want to tell me about my child? Who I birthed out of my? What you going to teach and do to my? You also trying to force me to go ahead and explain something to my kids because it's out there, it's everywhere. They see this, it's being taught in school. So now I got to step up when I know they're not really ready mentally and mature enough to know these things. But now I'm forced as a parent to say, hey, this is not how it's supposed to go. This ain't what it's supposed to look like. You know, man, woman, man, I'm having to now force myself to talk to my children at an early age because it's everywhere. And I'd be damned if I let somebody else, you know what I'm saying, tell my children No, I'm gonna be the one to lay it to him, because eventually it's gonna be talked to him. But at least mama and daddy was able to get to their children to let them know what was what. Now you can take what you want with it. Let's get it.
Simple truths based in science need to be upheld for our society to flourish. The gross indoctrination we're seeing is creating a lifetime of medication and hormones because you can't simply pause puberty.
At
Men
all.
cannot become
That's
women,
what-
and sex chromosomes are encoded into the fabric of our DNA. Simply affirming a teenager's gender is akin to affirming anorexia. Both are body dysmorphic disorders, yet we don't teach the starving teenagers how to binge and purge or affirm that they are indeed overweight. However, school districts, including yours, seem to have no issue secretly teaching girls that they can be boys because they feel uncomfortable in their bodies. A grown adult woman can't get a hysterectomy without extensive medical forms and doctor's visits. But Dr. Saphir over the hill in Sherman Oaks is willing to do top and bottom surgery, sterilizing children for life. Parents must be a part of the education process when teaching sexuality to students, and it definitely doesn't need to happen under the age of 10 years old.
Under the age of 10. Yeah. That's what's up. And he said that with 2 minutes, baby. He got a lot of cross. That man got a lot of cross for 2 minutes, and I agree with that. Like, it should not be forced on these children. It should not be forced on these children, because all you doing is confusing them even more later on down the line. I've seen a few people who have went through these different changes and stuff like that, and they regret that they went through it because they leave out the possibles of what could take place. Not only with their mental, but with their bodies. So, to each his own, y'all. But I'm putting it out there because it needs to be out there. Let's keep it moving. All right, we got another one, y'all. These school boards have been off the chain since Trump been in office, but we finna clean it up. Don't worry. Elon Musk and Doge came in and said, hold on, y'all. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me come up in it. And then the rest of Trump team's like, hold my purse out. They picking apart the government and every little, I'm telling you, like dissecting. Okay. Hold my purse. We coming. All right. Coming straight from Lives to TikTok. Insane. Celestes, a student in California, breaks down to tears, describing how a male who was allowed in the girls' locker room watched her and her other girls get undressed. Very uncomfortable. Let's get into it, y'all. Oh, hang on. Y'all missed the whole broad point. The school board response, okay, please wrap it up. As they all, ooh, that's why I can't go. I'm telling y'all, I can't go to no school board. I'm telling y'all right now, I will make the mother freaking move. They sit up there so cold with their faces dry and they don't give a dang. They don't care, y'all, because why? They getting paid. That's why you got to be smart and know who y'all putting in place, because these are very same people that are teaching your kids and are going to be teaching the kids that your kids have and them kids. Be more aware. Let's get into it.
Hello, my name is Celestes. I am 17 years old, a junior and track athlete at age 8. Most importantly, I am a woman advocating for the renewal of female rights, which recently has been overlooked and disregarded. I implore all of you to help put an end to this current injustice. Recently, I went into the women's locker room to change for track practice, where I saw at the end of my row a biological male watching not only myself, but the other young women. This experience was beyond traumatizing. I must add, he is not changing in our locker because he's in his track clothes, dressed and ready to go to practice at the beginning of the day. Therefore, there's absolutely no reason for him to be in any locker room, let alone the women's.
Facts.
Adults like yourself made me and my peers feel like our own comfort was invalid.
That's so sad.
Although our privacy was and still is being completely violated. The individual who identifies as female has XY chromosomes biologically complete. This makes him a male. Because females have XX chromosomes. This is basic biology. I just want to ask what about us? Cannot sit around and allow our rights to be up to cater to men. Well, that is a man who watches women undress and is stripping away female opportunity that once was fought for us. Sadly, we have to try and regain our rights again. I hope you put effort into the restoration of our schools.
Okay. Thank you, baby. Now hold aside. Let me come on up in here. Okay, wrap it up. This girl is pouring her heart out in tears. They feel violated. A guy is in there in the locker room watching them undress. Remind you, CC, he was already dressed to go on to do what he needed to do. Thank God for Trump. Thank God for his team. Thank God for common sense. Let me tell you something. You bimbo to sit there and say, wrap it up. You are a part of the corruption. You little nasty perverts, you little freaks, whatever you want to call them. Pay attention to who y'all putting up in these schools. Our children are under attack, and we have to pray like never before, y'all. Pray like never before, because our children are under attack. And you want to know why they're under attack? Because most of the adults, people like us that have common sense, we know they can't control us no more. Y'all see what happened November 5th. So what do they do next? We need to get the children, because the children are young. And if we can take these children, we can continue with our legacy. Pray for our children, y'all. Pray for our children and their innocent souls, y'all. They are under attack. This baby is in tears. She feels violated, not only her, but her peers. And the only thing you can do is fix your fat mouth to say, wrap it the fuck up. No, you fat bimbo, you wrap it up. You got the right parent, but the wrong parent today. Let me tell you bimbos up in here something. Don't play with my children, nor do you play with my girls, you little nasty perverted freaks. Let me calm down, B, because I'm trying to tell y'all, I will be on Fox 5, any news you can think about. Queen B done went in there and slapped every last one of them folks. She done got charged of here, there, and I would sit there just like this with my hands in my back smiling like, yes, I did. Because F around and find out when it come to my kids, baby. F around and find out. I sure did. I slapped every last one of them up there. I especially slapped that one in the middle that said, wrap it up. She couldn't even get the wrap it up out because I wrapped it up all right. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let your girl calm down, because that just rubbed me a bit wrong. It rubbed me a bit wrong. Okay, let me calm this down. So for those who want to know what was the lady that said, wrap it up, I'm finna sit this right here. Look at her. Her name is Colin Martin, and she's the school board president. She's the one that told the young lady to wrap it up when she was telling a very emotional story. Be careful who y'all put in these places. Got to be more careful. Say her name and get her up out of here. Vote her up out of here. Colin Martin, y'all. The bimbo face that told the young lady to wrap it up in the midst of her tears. Let's talk in the comment section. Y'all, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all so much for the love and support. Until the next reaction, your girl is up out of here. I got to calm down, okay? Because this bimbo right here got me wanting to woo. Take it here, and then here, boom. Like, I'm out.